The first year of my term has been dominated by hiring. Of course, played a role in the hiring of Coach Malzahn, not a role that historically you would see a system president involved with, but because we had interim titles and such, I was involved there. And then, of course, hiring the new chancellor for our Jonesboro campus, as well as most recently for our campus at Mountain Home. That has really dominated a significant part of my time in that first year. And so now I start to direct my attention more towards the long-term vision and planning for the system. What do we want to become? What do we want our geographic footprint to look like? What kinds of programs, what kinds of institutions? How can we build more efficiencies into that system? And then at the same time, making sure that the efforts of our system are collaborative with the efforts of the University of Arkansas system and the independent institutions, because while certainly we can be competitive on a number of fronts, as a native Arkansan, I realize that we have a lot of challenges in Arkansas, and it's going to take all of our institutions working together to make those happen. And so, I think what I'll be doing over the course of the next year is really starting to build that plan, that long-term vision for where we want to take this campus, how we want to impact the state, and how our institutions can work together best to maximize the impact that we have on the state of Arkansas.
What are the issues that you see that you can really, collaborate with other universities and colleges to make a difference with?
Well, certainly I think from the standpoint of trying to further develop Arkansas's workforce. When you look at the challenges that we have from an economic development standpoint, when you look at the challenges that we've had as a state in per capita income, and you look at incarceration rates or poverty rates or any of these number of different factors, I think you can tie all of that back to the fact that we've also had very low educational attainment rates. And so the governor's given us a very lofty goal of doubling the number of college degrees by 2025, and that's not something that any one of our institutions can do alone, and it's not something that we can do by continuing business as usual. We realize that we're going to have to be much more creative, much more progressive, much more collaborative, and we're going to have to really try to identify programs and processes which reach out to a larger number of students. It's no longer, college is no longer the 18 to 22-year-old segment that perhaps many think of when you think of the traditional college population. And so I've been very pleased. Dr. Bobbitt and I have developed a good, strong working relationship early on, and are looking for ways that we can work among our systems and with the other institutions in the state to ensure that each institution is doing our part in our region of the state, in perhaps our niche programming that we may have at those institutions, as well as just trying to reach populations, because we know that the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville or Arkansas State University at Jonesboro are the perfect fit for a certain segment of students, while institutions like UALR or Arkansas Tech or UA Monticello perhaps are a better fit for other types of students. And so we've just got to make sure that we're all doing our part to reach that wide swath of students that really need educational opportunities.